Hi, welcome to the channel formerly known as Random Acts of Candice. If you are on here now, you probably were here in 2017 when I was an active blogger and I had this channel. I went by Random Acts of Candice. It was a play on Random Acts of Kindness, and my name is Candice. And the funny thing about that is nothing is random. And that is one thing that I've learned that I've learned for myself to be true, because what is true to me may not be true to you, but absolutely nothing is random. But what I loved about Random Acts of Candice was that I could talk about anything and I didn't need to be put in a box as a blogger or as a parenting teacher or a yoga teacher or a mystic or a card reader or a psychic or an energy healer. All of these things that I embody, but they don't define me. I'm just a student. I'm a student here in Earth School, and I share what I learn. I share my wisdom. Teach the wisdom, as my shaman said to me in ceremony. Teach the wisdom, and he also said that I am the light. So, let me do a brief, this is incense. For those of you that don't know, I burn incense on the regular, all day, every day. It's good for clearing your space. I love the smell. Nag Champa is my favorite. I just love the smell. It reminds me of a Buddhist temple. It reminds me of a yogashala. Places that I'm just so in love with being in. And it's funny, I was supposed to go to practice today and I chose alone time, which does not happen very often. I'm a mother. If you're a mother, you know alone time, it just doesn't happen. And what I really want to get into, I want to do a quick storyline update for people who were following me before. When I was doing this actively, I was in a non-sexual polyamorous marriage with my life partner, Chelsea. We are soul family. I wish her nothing but the best. Our paths went in different directions as we learned all we needed to learn from each other. And no hard feelings. Like, love her unconditionally. Struggled with some things. Struggled with raising my children and people calling me a lesbian and trying to defend myself, saying I'm not a lesbian, you just don't understand. I learned a lot along the way, but I don't define myself by labels whatsoever. I am now in a committed relationship. It's beautiful, beautiful relationship. This man has been in my life as many roles. He's been a teacher, he's been a mentor, he's been a friend, and now he's a lover. And nothing but respect. But I want to catch everybody up. When I was doing this before, I had two boys. My two boys were young preteens. I pulled them out of school very, very early. I was teaching yoga in a charter school, and Andrew was in kindergarten, Gabriel was in first grade. I was the yoga teacher at the school. Coming from a shala, I had learned Ashtanga yoga, fell in love with it, became a teacher, had a very extensive teacher training. I thank Krista Shirley, who my teacher, did not give me a bubblegum Cracker Jack yoga certificate. She really taught me philosophy. She really taught me the practice. She really taught me dedication. And I'm grateful for that. Very grateful for that. And I incorporate everything I learned in my life as a daily practice. Like, I don't consider getting on my mat yoga. I consider my life yoga. I am living yoga. which is funny. That is the title of Christy Turlington's book, Living Yoga, and that is where I first saw my lover. I believe he activated me, actually. I saw him in her book, and I remember looking into his eyes and being like, there's something, just something. I was captivated. And I Googled him, and things happened. You know, he ended up doing a workshop at our shala, and I ended up being his student, and we became friends. And there are no accidents in this life. So I had my boys. We ended up unschooling. I became a gypsy. I became a nomadic gypsy, and I unschooled my boys, and I wanted to give them everything I didn't have. I wanted them to see the world. And I got the opportunity to live in another country with them. I got the opportunity to do a lot of traveling, and I really have no regrets. And now they're in high school, and they are choosing to live with their father and partake in structured schooling. And I don't judge. I feel like it's funny. I was just reading the Tao Te Ching for parents. I forget the author, but in it says how you have to allow them to have the opposite. Like, if you want them to be disciplined, you have to allow them to have chaos. If you want them to be neat, you need to allow them to be messy. And they need to experience what it is that they're craving to experience. And going to school and having that life is what they're craving. It is not where I'm at. And I'm so grateful that they are able to have that without me having to sacrifice my dreams for that. And I love them. I love my boys so much, guys. And but now I have 2 more babies. It's really crazy. In 2017, when my relationship with Chelsea ended, I went into a very reclusive phase. I pulled down a lot of my social media. I took half of my Instagram content down. I deleted all my videos on my YouTube channel, except I left one video making curry with my babies. And I went under. I went into a deep healing phase, a deep self-study phase, a deep withdrawal phase. And then the pandemic happens. And I was okay during the pandemic. As a matter of fact, I was so comfortable because it was already what I was living. I was already social distancing. I was already doing my own thing. And then I got free money from the government in the form of stimulus checks. So now I'm taken care of. And it was an experience. Grateful for that experience. But I have 2 new babies. And so much has happened. It's a very long story. I'm going to bring it down to a summary. Right before the pandemic, I had Jacob. Gabe and AJ were still in my life when I had Jacob. They spent their first year with their brother, and they're amazing older brothers. And I wanted to leave Jacob's father, and I ended up falling for someone and getting pregnant with Bella, and realizing a month after that this was not my person, although I have no hard feelings for this person, but he wasn't my person. And instead of trying to make it work because I was pregnant, I was like, I can't do this. I don't care if I'm pregnant. I almost had an abortion. I couldn't do it. I chose to keep my baby. I chose to do it on my own. And I continued to be a nomadic gypsy with a toddler, and I was pregnant. And I visited a lot of my family. I visited a lot of my friends. I did the damn thing. And here I am now with 2 beautiful, high energy babies. And I've been thinking about bringing my channel back. Now, I used to have my channel because I was an active blogger, and I was told that I needed a YouTube channel to build my blog. there were always these things that I was supposed to do. Like, you have to do this, you have to do that, you've got to get this equipment, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you've got to record this way. And I was like, I can't do it the way everyone's telling me to do it. It didn't feel natural for me. So I was like, do I really want to bring my channel back? So I made myself a list of why I want to bring my channel back. And I want to bring my channel back because my tribe is out here. The people who think the way I think, the people who talk about the things that I talk about, I want to connect with you people. I'm tired of sitting in rooms of people and having absolutely nothing to talk about, and just sitting there quietly and then feeling weird if I talk about the things that are normal. I know I'm a starseed. I know I'm a light worker. I work with energy. I hear and see things. I have a very intuitive knowing of things. My 12th house is an Aquarius, and it's just a knowing without knowing. I just get these knowings, and when I'm talking to people, I feel things, that messages come through for them, and I used to share those messages and then be like, get super gaslighted because they weren't in a position where they wanted to receive those messages. And so I stopped sharing everything, stopped writing. I just stopped sharing because I felt like no one wanted to hear what I had to share. But there are people who do. So I have to have a space. I have to have my space, and this is my space. This is my channel, my space. I can talk about what I want. I mean, give or take, there are YouTube guidelines, and there are lots of censorship happening, especially for us light workers in this community. But I take the good with the bad, and yeah, like, I'm ready to find my people. So okay, that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm bringing my channel back. And when things come up, when I get messages, I will share them. I do pull cards, so if I'm feeling in the mood, I'll pull some cards. I don't know, I'm just gonna share what comes as it comes, and just spread love and light. And you know, the intention is there. My people know me because you'll feel me, you'll know me, you're my people, and we'll connect, and it will be, everything that is will be as it's supposed to be. And what else? Am I missing anything? Yeah. You know, I had a lot of I want to share this because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have the same thing. I was afraid to bring my channel back. I was afraid to do this. I was like worried I wasn't professional. I was worried that you know, I wasn't doing it by the book. And I really am just wanting to say that the time is now. And if you got something to say, say it. If you have a gift, share it. If you create something, show it. Like, it is the revolution of the individual. The old systems are dying. We are in the apocalypse. If you are here now in 2022, 2 years into the apocalypse, congratulations. Like, seriously, because a lot of people didn't make it, and a lot of people still aren't gonna make it. And we are between worlds, we are between dimensions, we are witnessing the dying of an old and the building of a new. And all of the babies being born right now, these babies are the prophesized rainbow children that the elders prophesized about, and they are here with higher frequencies than our minds can even fathom. And the old ways of parenting are not going to work for these babies. So you can forget that. And yeah, it's just, there's a lot. There's a lot I'm going to get into. There's a lot I'm ready to get into. And I'm going to leave it at that for now. And then I'm going to enjoy some of this nature, and I'm going to enjoy my coffee. And yes, I love coffee. And I don't care what people think about that, because I've had some debates about that in my life. And you know what? This is Earth. This is Earth School. You came here to experience Earth. You came here. If you find your higher frequency within yourself, hold that high frequency, hold that light, but still don't forget that you're here on Earth, and you're here to enjoy all that Earth has to offer. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful planet. And you know, don't get caught up in what everybody says. Don't get caught up in the fear-based narratives that are playing, because reality is relative, and you create your own reality, and what you believe will be. And if you believe that everything is terrible, then it's going to be terrible. And if you believe everything is beautiful, well, guess what? It's fucking beautiful. And you're beautiful, and I love you. And yeah, have a beautiful day. I'm going to end this short and sweet.